Hey, welcome back. This is another exciting episode of Mr. Takeda is going to teach you some math. This is lesson 10.1, a brand new chapter. Uh, what we're calling outcomes and events. The whole chapter is on like probability and statistics, and this is a pretty interesting thing to study actually. What do we mean by outcomes and events? And they have this other word in here now, experiment. Well, you kind of know what experiment is as far as science, but let's take a look at their definition here when it comes to math. An experiment is an investigation, okay, it's kind of like science, or a procedure that has varying results. That's a little different than in science. Science, generally, they're going to be the same results. But in math, they're going to vary a little bit more. So examples might be flipping a coin, rolling a number cube, or spinning a spinner. And these are all examples of experiments. All right, let's just accept that. Let's take a look here. Okay, so the possible results of an experiment are called the outcomes. A collection of one or more of an outcomes, a collection of one or more outcomes is an event. And the outcomes of a specific event are called favorable outcomes. They're kind of the ones that we're looking for lack of a better way of saying it. So let's see, I'm going to read this here. For example, randomly selecting a marble from a group of marbles is an experiment. Okay, so let's say you have these marbles in a bag. All right, they're in a bag. Pretty nice, huh? You can't see what they are. Each marble in the group is an outcome. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 possible outcomes from this experiment. Selecting a green marble from the group is an event. So choosing the green marble is an event. The number of favorable outcomes, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many possible green marbles are there in the bag? There's 2, right? There's this one and this one. So there's 2 favorable outcomes. Okay. So that's just a lot of language right there. And hopefully you get used to understanding what these terms mean as we proceed through this chapter. Let's take a look at example 1 here. Let's do this together. Identifying outcomes. We roll the number cube. It's a die. You know, usually you see dots on it. What are the possible outcomes? Well, you know what's on a number cube. You have a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. There are 6 possible outcomes when you roll a die. Did you know that the opposite sides of the dice add up to 7? So the other side back over here would be a 6. On the other side over here would be the 3, and on the bottom would be the 5. Did you know that? Well, now you do. What are the favorable outcomes of rolling an even number? Well, the favorable outcomes would be rolling a 2, a 4, or a 6. Okay. So what are they asking us here? What are the favorable outcomes of rolling an even number? In other words, we want to roll an even number. That means kind of favorable. We want to roll an even number, or we're looking for an even number. And then when we see them, that's favorable. So those numbers we would look for would be 2, 4, or 6. What are the favorable outcomes of rolling a number greater than 5? Well, there's only one number on the die that's greater than 5, and that is 6. Okay, you're going to go ahead and try this one. What are the favorable outcomes of rolling a number greater than 4? Okay, so you're going to put that in at the end. Okay, so let's take a look at this next example here. You spin the spinner. How many possible outcomes are there? Okay, so this is where you might get a little confused because you might count the colors and say there's 4 outcomes. Really, there are 6 positions where the spinner can land. So there are 6 possible outcomes. And that's kind of an important distinction. It's the ending position of whatever you're testing. There are 6 possible outcomes here. How many ways can spinning red occur? Well, we've got 3 possible ways for red? In how many ways can spinning not purple occur? And what are the favorable outcomes of spinning not purple? Okay, in how many ways can spinning not purple occur? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 places that are not purple. And then what are the favorable outcomes of spinning not purple? Well, red, blue, red, green, and red. So if we spin any of those, then we've hit our favorable. Because in this case, the favorable is not purple. It's anything other than purple. Okay. Take a look at this one. Spin this example. This is the same example. And answer this question. In how many ways can spinning, how many ways can spinning not green occur? Okay, that's it for this video, and I will see you in class. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your day.